welcome to another West Wales karting virtual race. Today we are using the PS4 platform and we're here at the Hockenheim GP circuit, the 2.8 mile 16 turn course, and we're using the Renault Sport Megane V6 cars today, rear wheel drive, 400 horsepower, 3.3 second 0 to 60 is going to be a lot of fun. And Dan Holloway is starting on pole position again, just ahead of Adam Jones, and they're away now from the grid, and it's Dan Holloway who's got an absolute storming start in that yellow Renault. He streaks into the lead into turn one. Adam Jones is fending off Jason Cole for second and third, and Monty MC Momo is in fourth. The Welsh chap is up to fifth from sixth place. Stuart Davis is Stuart Davis is back past him now, but look at this, Jason Cole down the inside of Adam Jones, and he's forcing his way through there on turn two, and he's got ahead. So Jason Cole takes second position, but he's run a bit wide coming on the straight now, and it's going to be a drag race down to the hairpin. Who's going to get there? Adam Jones is lining it up for a move perhaps, and Welsh Taff is lining up Stuart Davis for a lunge as well. Stuart Davis goes defensive, and we're going down to the hairpin now, and Adam Jones looks down the inside. Who's going to get there? I think Jason might have just... Yeah, Jason's still ahead, and Welsh Taff he gets pushed off. He tries to go around the outside of Stuart Davis, but look, he's gone off the circuit and he's managed to maintain the momentum, and Welsh Taff now looking around the outside of Stuart Davis, and they've collided, and they're both off, and they're both in the barrier. Stuart Davis loses his bonnet, and Welsh Taff now, he gets rear-ended as he comes back on the circuit, and I don't know who that was, might have been Delboy possibly, making contacts there with Welsh Taff as he came back on, and that's a disastrous start for Stuart Davis, but we know from the Xbox races that you can make up time from bad starts. Of course, he won that race in Texas, in the track AB cars, so we'll see how he... Oh, that's Welsh Taff, look, he's off! Welsh Taff is in the barrier just before he gets to the stadium complex, and there's Dan Holloway. He's pitting already. Look at this, Dan Holloway pitting. He didn't fancy that battle with Jason Cole. Jason is absolutely flying in the opening stages of this race as they come around to complete lap one. So Jason Cole leads. There's Owen's Fab, he's pitting. He's decided he needs a pit stop as well on the first lap. And these cars should easily run to the end of the race on one tank of fuel, so we shouldn't be seeing more than one stop. Dan Holloway is in there, look. He's pitted from the lead, so we'll see where he comes back out relative to the rest of them, and relative to Jason when he pits as well. But now Jason is being caught a little bit by Monty MC Momo, and Jonesy is all over the back of Monty MC Momo as they go down the straight to the hairpin. And we'll see if he'll outbrake him or not here. It's one of the best overtaking opportunities on the track. He's going to have a look. He goes down the inside, hard on the brakes. Monty MC Momo tries to stick it around the outside, but Jason Cole's had a poor exit. Look, and there's all three of them now battling for the lead. This is fantastic stuff. Jason Cole holds the position. He holds the lead in that black and blue car. Monty MC Momo's having a little look. He's outbrake himself, and he hits Jason. And Adam Jones nips through on the inside, and he's got through to the lead, has he? And Jason rejoins the track now, side by side with Adam as they go round corner heading towards the stadium complex, but Adam Jones now takes the lead. So contact between Monty MC Momo and Jason Cole has left Adam Jones in the lead of the race, and now Jason Cole is all over the back of him. Will they be able to get back past or not? Adam Jones, of course, has won a few of the virtual races. He knows exactly what to do from leading from the front of a race, but Jason Cole is a two-time Premiership kart champion, and he knows how to win races too, so it's going to be battle royale at the front, just 3 tenths separating them, as Dan Holloway now, after making his pit stop, comes up to the back of Welsh Taff. Welsh Taff's had a couple of incidents in this race already, and he runs a bit wide again, and he's off there, look, but Dan Holloway managed to get through without losing any time. Oh, and Welsh Taff, he's spun round in the stadium complex. He's getting going again now. These cars, you can light up the rear in them if you're a little bit too eager with the throttle pedal, of course, with their 400 horsepower rear wheel drive. And now Jason Cole is lining up Adam Jones for a pass on lap 3 here. It's all action at the front of the grid, the front of the field. Jason Cole, Adam Jones goes defensive. Is he? Yes, Adam Jones goes very defensive. Jason Cole is always swerving all over the place. Oh, Jason Cole's outbraked himself, and he goes down the inside of Adam, and he hits a cone, and he runs a bit wide, but he managed to get back to the circuit, so he hasn't lost any positions there. I think he made a little bit contact with Adam as well, so he could have spun there, Adam, as well. but they're all back to it, thankfully, and the battle continues for another lap. It's a fantastic circuit as well, this, for racing, as we look at Del Boy's green machine there. Lovely jubbly. Del Boy now coming past the Mercedes grandstand. And he's having a bit of a quiet race so far. Everyone else has been involved in action. He's just quietly getting on with it there in 4th position. So if the three up ahead start battling a little bit more, you never know, Del Boy here could make up some more positions. But he's being hunted, look, by Stuart Davis, who's recovering from his start. So I think we'll see a battle before long, but Stuart's 10 seconds off the lead, Del Boy's 8 seconds off the lead. But the front three are all separated by 2 seconds. And then of course Dan Holloway, he's got a lot of pace in that car, so he'll be catching these two before long, but we'll see when these guys make their pit stops, and we'll see what the tyre wear is like as well on these cars. It'll be interesting to see if strategy plays a role in this race here today. And there's Jason Cole, he's fallen back a little bit from Adam Jones, so I don't know if we're going to see a drag race this time round on this lap. But Monty MC Momo's chasing Jason hard as well. And you've got the front three all in the same shot there. And as the race starts to settle down now, it's lap 4 of 23 laps we're running here today on the PS4 platform. And you see Adam Jones there leading in that yellow and blue car. Jason Cole. Familiar foes and good friends as well, of course. 1 and 2. He is 1.7 seconds away now. Monty MC Momo is looking at the back of Jason's car, waiting for any mistakes. He is 2.5 seconds behind the leader and just 1 second, or less than a second even, behind Jason. Oh, Jason runs a bit wide, that's not going to help him. Is this going to put Monty MC Momo onto the back of his car? It's not really the best place to overtake in this part of the circuit. It can be done. In fact, most of this circuit is good for overtaking. We'll throw up some good races here. Del Boy is 9.7 seconds off the lead, so actually, look, he's not really falling back much, is Del Boy. He's keeping tabs, but he is being caught by Stuart Davis, who is just a second or so behind. We're looking at that battle now. It's Stuart Davis in the West Wales karting liveried Megane V6 Renault Sport car. And Dan Holloway is 9 seconds behind this man, after making his stop from the lead. So he's, let's have a look, he's 20 seconds behind the leader, so I'm not sure what it is at the moment for a pit stop here, but we'll try and find out as the race progresses. And with the battles that have been going on ahead, I'm pretty sure Dan Holloway will be fancying his chances of leapfrogging these guys. But we'll see if he runs out of tyre life at the end or not, because it's a very early stop, pitting at the end of lap 1. And then Welsh Taff, he's 6 seconds behind, 7 seconds behind now, Dan Holloway, and Owens Fab in 8th. Rounding out the competitors here, 8 competitors in total, 37 seconds off the lead. So Del Boy now is driving a very consistent race. He's not making any mistakes at the moment, and this is proving hard work for Stuart Davis to close in. He's trying to put some pressure on him, of course. Here's Stuart Davis. But at the moment, Del Boy's, I was going to say Del Boy isn't cracking, but he's cracked, coming out of the hairpin. And his lead now over Stuart Davis is just completely evaporated. In fact, he's given it up. Stuart Davis is now ahead of Del Boy. And he'll be saying, "Thank you very much, Rodders, I'm through." Oh, and Del Boy spun again. Oh, what's he doing? He was driving so consistently. Commentator's curse, perhaps. And yeah, Del Boy now, he's fallen back, so he's lost, in total, he's lost about 5 or 6 seconds to the lead there through those 2 little errors. And that's the thing, these drivers are very evenly matched, and of course they all race in real life, karts and what have you. And they know what they're doing, even on the sim racing as well. By the looks of it, they're very evenly matched, and so little mistakes like what Del Boy's done now is it's going to cost you dear in this race, because how are you going to make that back up? But Hockenheim is a track where you can make up a lot of ground, especially turn 1, for example. It's a very fast corner. If you're brave through there, you can carry a lot of speed through the first sector. And then the hairpin too, of course. And the final sector through the stadium complex and the Sachs curves, you can carry a lot of speed, especially the last corner actually. It's deceptive how much speed you can carry through that last long right-hander, it looks like it's going to close up on you, and then it just opens up at the last moment, and you always think you can carry a little bit more speed through that corner, or so that's what I think anyway, but maybe I'm doing it wrong. Monty MC Momo was doing the hairpin wrong there, because he ran a bit wide coming out of it, and he's lost a little bit of time now to Jason Cole, so yeah, the battles have all spread out a little bit now, so it's going to be looking at strategy and where the next battle is going to come from. If we have a look, so Adam Jones, I think he's got the measure at the moment over Jason, who runs wide there in the background. And these two, of course, have enjoyed many battles together in the past, both virtually and also on the kart tracks. Monty MC Momo is 4 seconds off now, so he's falling back a bit too. And I think this is a bit of a pattern that we've seen with these virtual races, is that once Adam Jones gets in some clear air, his pace can be devastating. It's very hard to unsettle him, he doesn't really get that flustered. But if he's in traffic though, it can be a different story. If he's in traffic and battling away, like we saw at the last race, I think it might have been, he can be prone to some errors, so it's about just pressurising the person in front of you, no matter who it is. And as we saw with Delboy making that mistake with Stuart Davis, eventually, with two drivers going for it, eventually one of the drivers is going to make an error. So there's Delboy, he's trying to look at the back. Oh, look, Dan Holloway's gone past. So yeah, Dan Holloway in that yellow car has gone past Delboy. But Dan Holloway's actually lost a lot of time, look, to the leader. 23 seconds behind now. So he's lost about 3 seconds since we last had a look at how far behind he was, so that's not good news for his chances. I'm not sure whether he lost some time with Delboy or not. In that classic livery for a Renault there, the yellow and black. Yeah, 23 seconds, just over now from Adam Jones, who's pulled up 3 seconds on Jason. So this is really a head-to-head battle, even though they're not on the track together, between Dan Holloway and Adam Jones. That's what's going on here, and they'll be looking at the timing screens at each other's times. At the moment, Adam Jones did a 1:43.2 on the last lap. Dan Holloway 1:44.2, so a whole second faster was Adam Jones. So he's using his pace to good effect here, but perhaps Dan Holloway, having made that early pit stop, is playing the long game and looking after his tyres. We will see. Jason Cole won't be looking after his tyres by going too wide at that corner. That is, of course, the corner last year at the German Grand Prix 2019, where everybody was crashing off in the wet conditions. And this track can be susceptible to wet weather, because we're surrounded by forest here. At the moment it's looking dry, but wet weather can just crop up from anywhere, so you never know. It could rain in this race. That would spice things up a bit. But Adam Jones, I think, wouldn't mind a bit of rain. He's an autocross racer. He likes a little bit of slip and slide. And so does Jason Cole as well. He's proved that on the kart track whenever it gets a bit damp. And now we're looking at the leader of Adam Jones's car. It's a great shot, isn't it? So we spin round now. It's got a few rubber marks on it, look. It's going to have to get the car shampoo out afterwards. Bit of Red Devil polish on that, would be good. Come out nicely. Don't know who this cameraman is, but he should be getting paid a bit more. He's not only is he running very quickly, but he's running backwards at points too. But anyway, yeah, it's a great shot we're looking at here. It'd be interesting to get an onboard actually, see exactly which points he's braking at, which markers. And you see Adam often goes with this livery, sort of yellows and blues, and it matches his real life helmet livery as well, which is yellow and blue, predominantly, along with a lot of other colours. So yeah, colourful display here from Adam. He's pulled out another half second on Jason, so we're on lap 9 of 23 here. Jason's still trying hard, as you can see in the background. But you never know, one mistake from Adam and it'll put Jason in with a chance to get past again, so it's all to play for here still. At the moment, Adam looks like he's under control. can change very quickly, as we've seen before. Monty Momo heading down the straight now in that yellow car, sorry, white car. So yeah, these front three are quite spaced out, but they're all pushing each other very, very hard. Still got their pit stops to make, and they'll all be looking back as well at Dan Holloway and seeing how far behind he is, because they're also in a race with Dan as well. So, and to a certain degree Stewart, but Stewart is 16 seconds off the lead. He's made his pit stop, of course. Or has he actually? Maybe he hasn't. No, I don't think Stewart has made his pit stop. Stewart clobbers that curve there. And at the moment they're doing about around 144 second laps. To give you a comparison, the lap record here at Hockenheim circuit is a 1:13.7 by Kimi Räikkönen in the McLaren F1 car 2004. So some way off that, but it has to be expected. Of course, those are the days of the V10 F1 cars. And Stuart Davis now backs it into the final corner, going on to the main straight. So it's going to be a bit of a slow burner this race, but I think it's going to all come to life again near the end when Dan Holloway is back in the mix after these front few make their stops. Delboy going around the last corner in 6th place at the moment, 30 seconds off the lead. He is in a race with, well, looking at his times, he's comparable to the top three, so Delboy's putting in some great times. It's just those couple of mistakes which put him off the back of, well, allowed Stuart Davis to get through, and also Dan Holloway. So his actual lap times aren't too bad at all at the moment. So he's hanging on in there, 144.4 compares to 144.7, for example, for Jason Cole in second. So, and I think he's way ahead though of the Welsh Taff, about 7 seconds ahead of him in 7th. And Owens Fab as well is 8th. He's a long way back now, actually, Owens Fab. We haven't seen him for a while, so yeah, Owens Fab is falling back all the time. 4 minutes. Now 4 minutes 20 nearly off the lead, so I don't know for sure, but I think Owens Fab might be out of this race, which would be a shame, because we've seen Owens Fab drive some Fab races in the past. Oh, and look, Adam Jones now is pitting. The leader is in the pits. Will Jason follow him through? No, Jason's going to go through in the lead. Yeah, there we are. Jason Cole takes the lead. And Monty Momo has also followed Jason through, so these two now are going to absolutely floor it. And I think Jason Cole is going very wide there, but yeah, they're going to absolutely floor it and see what time they can make up on Adam, as Adam pulls away now. And of course, the later on in the race you stop, the less fuel the pit crew will need to put in your car to get you to the end. Although I think these cars probably have fueled the whole race anyway, as we're approaching halfway now. So where's Jones come out ahead of? Oh, look at this, side by side now. This is Dan Holloway and Jason and Adam Jones. Oh, and Adam Jones is just ahead, and they wheel to wheel coming down into turn 2. Dan Holloway looks around the outside, and he's got the inside for the next corner, and he takes it, and he's ahead of Adam Jones. So I was saying about these two racing, not on the same bit of track, but racing in terms of when the pit stop shake out. And look at this, we were correct, because now Dan Holloway is ahead, but Adam Jones is looking down the inside into the hairpin, and now he switches to the outside. And Dan Holloway holds the inside line here, but he's going to get less momentum out of the corner, is he? No, it wasn't too bad actually, and Adam Jones now riding on the bumper, with Adam Jones looking at the back of Dan Holloway's car. And these two are absolutely going for it. They've had some spectacular battles in the past. I think Adam Jones pitted, thinking that maybe he would have got ahead of Dan Holloway, and he might have been a little bit surprised to find himself side by side as they exited, because this is not good news now for Adam Jones, because he was enjoying being up front there in the clear air, and now Jason Cole and Monty Momo will be looking at timing screens and absolutely loving this, because these two now are going to be engaged in a battle. They're going to be losing time with each other, and Jason will be loving it. So I think the front two now will probably just stay out. I would anyway if I was them. I would stay out for a little bit longer unless the tyres were going away, and see if they can make up time on these two guys here now. At the moment they're 23 seconds ahead. Oh, Adam Jones looks on the inside turn 1. No, he thought better of it. Yeah, it's a little bit too quick into turn 1 to have a move. Turn 2 is a better bet for an overtake. But you lose momentum now at turn 2 and you're very vulnerable then down the long straight, so sometimes it's worth even waiting for the hairpin before making a move. Because if you go into the long straight just ahead of someone, you're going to be under massive attack as we look at that hairpin now. And it looks like it's getting a little bit foggy out there. A little bit of mist descending on Hockenheim perhaps. So look at Stuart Davis. Just a bit of flame coming out of that double exhaust system from the V6 engine in these Meganes. And then we're looking at the two leaders, Jason Cole, Monty MC Momo. 1.7 seconds separating them. So Monty MC Momo is just falling Jason just tenths of a time. So it's hardly anything between them, to be honest. It is fluctuating. Sometimes Jason pulls out some time on Monty as well. Depends which part of the track you look at the timing screen, of course, because if Jason Cole's away down the straight, Monty MC Momo's still in a corner like this one, sometimes the timing screen can show it's a bigger gap than what it really is. There we are, extended 2 seconds just there. And although these two aren't battling directly on the circuit at the moment, they're pushing each other hard with a handy gap between them. This is just what we want really for pushing each other hard and getting good lap times. Two drivers with a couple of seconds behind, not much aerodynamic turbulent air coming off the back of these types of cars, and you can just make up the time as you go, pushing each other hard as long as you don't make mistakes, of course. Whereas these two guys who have been battling have lost a bit of time. Although they have made up a second actually, like 22 seconds by now, whereas it was 23 seconds. So I'm just wondering if the tyre wear is going to be an issue for the front couple of guys. It is a demanding track on tyres, especially the left-hand side of the car. There's a lot of hard right-hand turns. There's pressure on the outside tyres. And now I think Adam Jones is in the slipstream here of Dan Holloway. Is he going to make a move? Oh, he's threatening. He's in the mirrors. He's distracting Dan. He's trying to distract Dan into a mistake. And I think, has he made a mistake? I think Dan might have gone a little bit wide in that hairpin. Because look, Adam Jones now is all over the back of that yellow car. Adam Jones is looking to make a move down into the... Dan Holloway switches to the inside to cover him off. He saw that one early, and now Adam Jones is looking around the outside, but Dan Holloway saw that one coming. This is a great racing between these two. And Jones have just a little bit of oversteer in that corner. He's still looking down the inside of this one, or he's not going to make a move in there, surely. Nope. And Dan Holloway gets a good exit there, so he's pulled another couple of tenths off him. To go through the Sachs curves. An absolutely fantastic battle this is. But yeah, they're not actually losing that much time to the leaders, so they'll be okay with this for now. So we're on lap 13 now, 23, so 10 laps to go. Adam Jones is all over the back of Dan Holloway, and he is very close now. Is he going to have a look into turn 1? I'd be surprised if he does. No, he's not going to have a look into turn 1. A little bit too quick a corner. He's going to try and have a look into turn 2 though, perhaps. Or will he wait for the straight? So let's have a look. Dan Holloway obviously knows he's there. Well, he covers the inside line early there. I think Adam Jones distracted him then and made him go to the inside to have a poorer exit. Oh, and look, it's worked. Adam Jones is down the inside as they head onto the straight. So Adam Jones there with a little cheeky little dummy move to the inside made Dan Holloway go to the inside at the very last minute on the brakes, and that's distracted his exit of this corner. He's lost all that time down the straight, so very tactical racing here. But Dan Holloway down the inside, a very brave move. Oh, and he's lost it. Oh, they both lose it a little bit, but he managed to get past Adam Jones. That was an incredible move from Dan Holloway. So you saw there, these two guys are absolutely on it. They have fantastic racecraft as well. Adam Jones first with a dummy move to distract Dan, and then Dan with a courageous lunge, the likes of which we normally only see from Mr. Lunge himself, Stuart Davis. So fantastic. And now he's got a poor exit here though, and Adam Jones is going to go around the outside, is he? And Dan Holloway holds the inside with that gravel trap waiting on the exit for any mistakes, but they've made their way through. And they're going around the Sachs curves again on lap 14 here. This is epic stuff. This is costing them a lot of time though. Look, 26 seconds now off the front three. So Adam Jones has tried to have a go at getting past and nearly did it. I think if I was Adam now, I'd be looking at the timing screen and thinking, well, I've had a go to try and get past. It hasn't worked out at the moment. I'll just sit behind for a little bit because Dan Holloway isn't exactly slow, and we'll see if we can haul in the guys in front a little bit to make sure that we come out ahead of them. And I think, Stuart Davis, look, he's pitted, so Stuart Davis now is coming out of the pits. Oh, and Delboy's got him. Has Delboy got Stuart Davis? This would be a big surprise. I think he has, look, yes, Delboy in the green car is ahead of Stuart after Stuart's pit stop. Fantastic stuff. Oh, and they collide. Oh no, there's a collision, and they're both off. And the exit turned 2, and Delboy spun around. He's doing donuts for the crowd. He's becoming a bit of a fan favourite, but I think he preferred to be ahead of Stuart than be a fan favourite. Stuart, though, is in 5th after they come together there. I think Stuart was right to just look down the inside, but unfortunately, racing incident, and they came together, and that's cost Delboy more than it's cost Stuart. But to be honest, they're both quite far off the rest of the guys in front, so they're kind of like in their own battle for 5th and 6th, with Welsh Taff kind of having a bit of a lonely race as well in 7th. Owens Fab is definitely out of this race. He's 12 minutes behind now. He's put the kettle on, I think, and he's just probably, maybe he's still watching this race with us. Dan Holloway's pulled a little bit of time on Adam Jones, so maybe Adam Jones has been listening into the commentary and he's decided to back off a little bit and try and make up some ground. If I was Jason Cole right now, I would probably pit, because I think his best chance of getting ahead of these two guys is about now. Oh no, Dan Holloway! He's had a massive incident, all by himself. Absolutely all by himself there, coming out of turn 1. He lost it, he got on the curb, he's lost his front bumper, and that's allowed Adam Jones through, has cleared his path for the win. Unless the front two pits, like soon, very soon. So we'll see if they do, and there's that bumper line in the middle of the track there. It's not quite on the racing line, so it should be alright. Someone will have a go at punting that to the side. Delboy didn't fancy it. So yeah, that's devastating. That's absolutely devastating for Dan Holloway. You don't often see him making mistakes by himself like that, especially on the PS4 platform. His alter ego BDCC Dan on Xbox does often have, well, like a little bit of a spin, let's say, from time to time. But yeah, on PS4 it's very rare to see him drop it like that. He's a very quick driver, very reliable usually too. But Adam Jones will be absolutely loving that. And now he's set to work. He's closing the gap straight away on, looking at Adam Jones now, he's closing the gap straight away to Jason Cole up ahead and Monty MC Momo in 2nd. So these guys, if they're looking at timing screens, they should be pitting now, really. Adam Jones will be hoping that they don't, because he's making up some good ground in clear air. I think ultimately he might have a little bit more pace than these two in these cars around this track. He's certainly setting some quick times. Dan Holloway is setting very quick times. Dan Holloway, after his spin, is flying. It's just such a shame for him, though, that he made that mistake. He was clearly under pressure from Adam Jones. Oh, he's pitting, look, Dan Holloway's pitted again. That's unusual. I don't think we expected 2 stops here. So this is going to drop Dan Holloway well down. Why is he pitted, I wonder? Tyre wear, perhaps? So he's come back out now in 6th, so he's behind Stuart Davis in 4th, he's behind Delboy in 5th. He's 7 seconds behind Delboy, he's 56 seconds off the lead. we'll see how this race plays out. But I think Dan Holloway, his race is pretty much ruined after that spin. But you never know. He could make it back. But clearly, Jason and Monty MC Momo are definitely on one-stop strategies. They are 26 seconds ahead of Adam Jones at the moment. So actually, Adam Jones hasn't closed in all that much. In fact, he's fallen back, if anything. So that's quite a surprise, actually. They are setting similar lap times, him and Jason Cole up ahead. Monty MC Momo had a bit of a slower lap the last time round, but we're talking just tenths of a second here. And there's Stuart Davis. On average, his lap time, he's almost a second off the pace, really, on this track in these cars. It's Stuart Davis. He's not enjoying them quite as much. So let's see how Adam Jones is driving this track at the moment. Oh, let's not. Switch back to Jason Cole. And I think Monty MC Momo will have a very good idea of what the back of a Renault V6 Megane, specifically Jason Cole's Megane, will look like by the end of this race, because he's been within 2 seconds, more or less, of Jason Cole this whole race so far. 18 laps gone now, 5 to go. Probably be seeing the back of that car in his sleep. He hasn't been able to get quite close enough to have a go. Someone going very wide in the back there. Who was that? Somebody ran very wide. Oh, it's Welsh Taff. So after the initial first laps, we haven't seen much of Welsh Taff. He's doing 1:45.2 second lap, so he's not exactly slow as Welsh Taff. He's doing some handy lap times. But unfortunately for him, he's 1.5 minutes off the lead. Not quite as fast as the leaders. And there's Delboy. Oh no, Delboy's round again. It's a shame for Delboy. Look, he's lost his rear bumper this time. I don't know if there's going to be any green paint left to repaint his cars and make some new bumpers after this race. But anyway, he's away again now, and Delboy, that's going to cost him time to Dan Holloway, because Dan Holloway's just 2 seconds behind in that yellow car. There he is, look. So I hope we've seen a bit of battle coming up shortly between these two. Adam Jones now, look, is Dan Holloway runs wide. 28 seconds, 28.5 seconds off Jason Cole. Falling back. Jason Cole's flying at the moment. Jason Cole, a 42.8 second lap on the last lap there. That is absolutely rapid. So it's not exactly like the other. As you see a bumper there, just glitching out a little bit on the circuit, being a bit invisible. Yeah, Jason Cole is just flying basically. It's not like the others are going particularly slow. Especially Adam Jones, a 43.6 he did in the last lap, but Jason Cole whole 8 tenths quicker, incredible. He's flying, there he is, man of the moment. Of course, he has got that pit stop to make, but we'll see. He should be coming out ahead of Adam Jones at this rate, though. Oh, he's cutting that chicane that corner quite tight there. Maybe that's where he's finding some time in this final sector. We haven't got the sector times to look at, but he's certainly finding a lot of time. We'll see what this lap is like, whether that was a mistake or whether that was intentional. A little bit slower, 43.5, but it's still a quick lap time though, still faster than Adam Jones in third. I think Jason Cole's finding a few little trick racing lines around this track. But he's absolutely flying anyway. And it's not exactly unexpected from Jason Cole. He's an incredibly quick driver. Consistent too. And I think he would dearly love to win this race. He's got the bit between his teeth. And when he has a chance at winning, usually he takes it, and he's got that chance today. And Monty MC Momo is doing his best to keep up. It's 4 seconds off now though. But he's going to be about 24 seconds ahead of Adam Jones in third place. So Monty MC Momo might fancy his chances of getting ahead of Adam as well. We will see. But Jones is setting some very consistent lap times at the moment. He's 43.5, I think it was, 43.3 now, look. So yeah, very consistent driving going on from Adam Jones. And I think that's probably what forced Dan Holloway into that era. And Dan Holloway has got ahead of Del Boy. And there's Stuart Davis. He is the next target for Dan Holloway. And Stuart Davis will know to look in his mirrors soon. Well, 10 seconds behind he is, so maybe we won't catch him before the end of the race. Yeah, you can't even see him in that straight actually. I think Stuart Davis might have Dan Holloway covered in this one, unless he makes an error. And you can see that empty track ahead of Dan Holloway, and he was hoping for an empty track ahead of him at the beginning of this race probably when he was on pole position, but I don't think he was imagining that he'd be down in 5th place with 3 laps to go and an empty track ahead of him. That's not exactly what he wanted. And it's a bit of a shame for Dan. There's a couple of occasions actually in this virtual racing that we've been doing on PS4 where Dan Holloway could have got the win, but it's just got away from him. Of course he has got a win, he won the last time out. And here's a man who could do with the win too, Jason Cole. So he's maintaining that gap nicely to Monty Momo. Adam Jones has closed in slightly on the last lap. Adam Jones at 42.9. Adam Jones has found a lot of time on the last lap. He's getting quicker and quicker. But clearly these two guys out in front are not fancying a battle at the moment, or risking a battle. They just want to try and get these fast lap times in and pit as late as they can. I think that's been the strategy all along. Will Jason pit at the end of this lap? He's going round now the stadium complex as the entrance to the pit lane. I don't think he's got any intentions of coming in this time round, no. He's going round again for another one. But Monty Momo's pitting, right. Monty Momo now in the pit lane. And he brakes very early for that. But of course you don't want to get disqualified, especially really late on in the race too. So we'll see where he comes out now to Adam Jones. There he is, Adam Jones now going around the stadium complex, whilst Monty Momo is in the pit lane having his car serviced by his virtual pit crew. And who is it going to be? Who's going to be coming out? Are we going to have a side-by-side duel into turn 2? We'll have a look here now. There's Adam Jones, he heads onto the straight now. Where's Monty Momo? Oh, he's still stationary in the pits. Oh, he's away again now. Monty Momo is away now. So, He's a long way behind. I don't know, he had a very long pit stop there, did Monty Momo, because yeah, that's cost him about 30 seconds, 30.5 seconds. That's a very long pit stop indeed. 31 seconds now nearly. So yeah, Adam Jones is way ahead of Monty Momo, so now it's just Jason Cole to pit. And Jason Cole needs to absolutely nail this lap, but he's not doing it right now. He's having a few errors, look. Jason Cole needs to absolutely nail this lap to try and get ahead of Adam Jones. But Adam Jones has closed in by about 5 seconds over the last few laps. What on earth has happened here? Jason Cole's lost 3 seconds on the last lap. And Jason Cole, I think, might be struggling here a bit. I think there was a car off in the foreground too. It might have been Del Boy. There he is in that green car. So this is really, really bad news here for Jason Cole, because Adam Jones is just under 23 seconds away now, and I think unless his pit crew do an absolutely incredible stop, I think Jason Cole's going to be coming out behind Adam Jones, but we will see. Brakes hard now for the pit lane speed limiter. I think he attacked it a little bit more than Monty Momo. Here's Adam Jones coming around the Saxco, so this is going to decide who leads the race on the last lap. Jason Cole's in the pit lane. Adam Jones now 13 seconds behind, 12 seconds behind, 11 seconds behind, 10 seconds behind, 9 seconds behind, 8 seconds behind. He goes onto the pit straight now, and he'll be looking at that timing board. He'll be looking at the pit exit for where Jason Cole is, and there's Jason Cole in the pits. He's still leading. Adam Jones just 1 second behind, and now Adam Jones is ahead. Adam Jones takes the lead. Where's Jason Cole? Where's Monty Momo going through? Is he going to jump Jason as well? Where's Jason? We haven't seen him. I think Jason's still ahead. He's got back out, I think Jason is. There he is. He's 3 seconds behind Adam Jones. So yes, he's lost. So those 3 seconds he lost on that one lap has cost him the lead of the race. If he'd pitted maybe a lap earlier or 2 laps earlier, he would have been really close with Adam, maybe just ahead. So pitting a little bit late has cost Jason Cole the lead of this race, and he's only got half a lap now to try and get ahead of Adam Jones, and not even with the talent of Jason Cole, I don't think he's going to be able to do that unless Adam Jones throws it away. We've seen how consistent he's been driving, and Jason Cole is absolutely furious with himself. You can see driving really wide there, coming out with a hairpin, and Adam Jones will be absolutely loving it. Just walking the park now for the last lap. He's got a nice cushion. All he needs to do is keep it on the circuit. It's easier said than done when you've got a race victory just up ahead of you, just to keep it on the road, but Adam Jones is used to race victories, so he should be able to do it. But there's still pressure, and Jason Cole is 3.6 seconds behind, 3.5 seconds behind. Going around the Sachs curves now is... Jason Cole's off in the background. Is that going to cede the position to Monty MC Momo? Not quite, I don't think. You can see how hard Jason's pushing all the way to the end. He never gives up. And neither has Adam Jones. Despite a little bit of a lull in the middle of the race, he is now coming through the last corner, and he set some amazingly blisteringly fast lap times, consistent as well, and now he knows it. He wins the race, and he has a bit of a autograss celebration going on in the grass there, and he's spun across the circuit. A fantastic race there from Adam Jones and Jason Cole as well, who just pipped Monty MC Momo, I think, did he? Or did Monty MC Momo get ahead? I'm not sure. It's showing Monty MC Momo ahead, but I think Jason Cole came across. Oh yeah, sorry, no, that's Adam Jones. Jason Cole just finished ahead of Monty MC Momo, and now we've got Stuart Davis coming around the last corner in the West Wales karting livery. He's going to cross the line in 4th position, and he does a bit of skid marks as well. He's doing his own little bit of... just look at the chaos he's causing. And there's Dan Holloway as well. He's having a bit of fun across the line in 5th. It's a shame for Dan Holloway. He put himself right in the thick of it to win this race, but he had a couple of incidents, unfortunately, and 2 pit stops. So it's a case of what might have been for Jason Cole and what might have been for Dan Holloway, but Adam Jones was the most consistent driver today. Takes the win. Welsh Taff now in 7th. I don't think he's going to catch Del Boy for that 6th position, so Del Boy's going to round the last corner now, look. And he's going to take that 6th place. Despite a couple of spins, he finishes ahead of Welsh Taff. There he is. And Welsh Taff comes home in 7th. And there's Adam Jones celebrating in his cool down lap. What's he doing? He's going to do some donuts? No. Anyway, and then Owens Fab is rounding out in 8th place after retiring. So another fantastic race here.